Hey guys, I have a lot to share with you today, and I hope I make sense because it's a big puzzle piece right now, and I do not have a teleprompter next to me. All right, so here's what I want to start with. What is the shocking truth of what makes a man truly fall in love with you? And it is not what you're going to think. First off, it is not about strategy because Kristen Brown, KB, never talks about strategy. It's not about sending the right text, waiting a few days to talk, waiting X amount of days to have sex, saying thank you, buying a dinner, paying sometimes, smiling, batting your eyelashes, having some cleavage, shaking your booty. None of that. That is not what makes a man fall in love with you, okay? That might make a man interested sexually in you. He might say, oh, she's easy to be around, but that is not what makes a man fall in love with you. What makes a man fall in love with you is when you tap into an illicit emotion in him. You're like, whoa, what? Say that again. When you tap into and you elicit emotion in him. Men are taught from a very young age not to feel. Boys don't cry, don't feel that. The only real acceptable emotion to men is anger, because then you look tough when you're angry, right? But you can't be sad, you can't be frustrated, you can't be hurt. They can't be. They can, again, I don't talk in absolutes, they can feel those things, but a lot of men will not show those things because of what society has taught them. So what happens when a girl comes along and she elicits emotion in him? How does that even happen? That happens by when she is willing to share her opinions, ideas, wants, needs, and requests. And she is also willing to set firm boundaries. As women, what a lot of us want to do is we want to be really nice. Look how nice I am. I'm so easy. Oh, sure, that's great. Oh, yeah, you want to swing from the chandelier? Okay. Oh, you want me to pay? Sure. Oh, you can't make your rent this month? Here's some money. Oh, you don't want me to go to your family reunion? That's okay. We're just this overly nice person. We're giving, 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 giving. So what happens when we start speaking up and we're honest and we're grounded in our self-worth is that sometimes that's going to challenge a man. That's going to challenge him because he's been getting away with it his whole life. Not all of them, but you know what I'm saying, you guys. He's been getting away with whatever he's doing. So all of a sudden we step up, great guy, quality guy. I'm not talking about narcissists, users, abusers, and cheaters. This is not about the whack pack. But sometimes men can be selfish. And so you come in and you're like, that's not okay. And you start setting your boundaries and showing your worth and having an opinion and not backing down and not folding and just becoming whatever it is he wants. You captivate him because you are touching emotion inside of him. You are riling up his emotions, and you, my sister friend, have just become very different from all the other women around him or all the other women in his past. He's like, what is it about her? He may not know what this is. He's not going to say, wow, you know your worth, sister. He just knows there is a different energy attached to you, and it feels really good to him. And it's different, and it feels good, and it's captivating him, and he wants to know more. And you've now become kind of a mystery. Why are you different? What makes her tick? Here's what's interesting with my current husband. I'm about as out there and authentic as it can be. I really am. I'll tell anybody anything they want to know about my past. But I also would stand up for myself. And I'm really nice and kind and gentle and super affectionate. I'm an affectionate person. I touch a lot. I have a soft voice. But man, there were times where I was like, And he was like, what is this? And he would get all riled up. And I was like, that's not okay. That's not okay. And I didn't look exactly like this. This is the gist of it. It's not okay. I don't like you doing that. This isn't all right. I'm going to be over there. Figure that out. We'll have a conversation later. Oh, and he'd pout and steam and muff and puff and do what he would do. But eventually he would come back around. And he would see. Because I wasn't setting some weird ass boundaries just to be in control. It was things that were not okay with me. But I riled him up. He had to feel. I had a girlfriend once who was dating this guy. She just thought he was the greatest thing on the planet, and they dated for 3 years. And she was so nice. And she just gave him anything he wanted. And she never riled him up. And she just accommodated ad nauseum. Out of the blue one day, she asked him a question of why he didn't take her somewhere. And it was legit. And he left her. Boom, blew up and left. And she was like so dumbstruck. What happened in that situation is that she did not awaken his emotions at all. She gave him everything he wanted. Of course, he took it. But the minute that she set a boundary, he left. Why? Because he was a weak dude. And all this uber niceness and giving all this stuff to him, yeah, that placated his ego, but he wasn't challenged to grow. And when you're not challenged to grow, first, let me back up. A healthy man steps up to the challenge to grow. An unhealthy man will bail. So she was with this guy for 3 years and didn't even know it. She didn't even know what she was dealing with because she just kept giving to him and making him happy. Do you see what I'm saying, you guys? I know this is like really complicated, but I hope it's making sense to you. If it's making sense to you, comment below. Let me know that this is making sense to you. Write a little blip. Tell me how this is applying to you in your life or how you have seen this in your patterns. Okay. So I want to end with saying the too nice syndrome that women do is hurting us. We think we have to be uber nice to captivate a man's attention. And that actually works against us. We become boring. We become predictable. There's no mystery. And we don't captivate them, nor do we awaken their emotions. Oh, I just thought of one more thing I need to tell you guys. It is better to make a man upset with you for speaking up or setting your boundary or requiring respect than to take you for granted. And here's the problem. A lot of women are really afraid of upsetting a man because they're afraid of losing him. What if he leaves? I'm afraid because we have our source of love is wrapped up in him through his attention and through his approval. We have mistakenly made him our source of love. So we will do anything we can not to make him leave. But the opposite happens. He's never really truly in love with us unless we challenge him through being our authentic self and requiring respect and honor. And requiring respect and honor is not mean, and it is not nasty. I'm not sure if you just saw my Facebook Live about self-love is not about being a bold, brassy bitch. It's about being rooted in your worth, knowing who you are, and not being afraid to speak up and say your truth. Say it. Say it loud and say it proud. This is what I require. That's not okay with me. When we say that from the beginning of a relationship, we're different, and they know it. They know something's different. There was a time in my life where I was like that organically, and I captivated men. I did really quickly, and then things started happening in life, and I started breaking down, and I started becoming that uber nice person because I wanted to make sure that this guy thought I was the bee's knees. Worked against me. He ghosted me. He left me. He lost interest in me. I wasn't exciting. You see what I'm saying, you guys? If you understand this, leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and the bell. The little bell gives you the notifications when I upload a new video. But what I want to end with, if you are a person who is unable to stand up for yourself and speak what you need, what you want, and what you require in a relationship, you are functioning from a place of unworthiness and a place of making your man your source of love. We turn into amazing, bright lights when we learn to love ourselves, and we are willing to demonstrate that in our relationship with action. Let me tell you something. Nothing tips a man and riles a man up that when you are showing up as your beautiful, sacred feminine, with a grounded strength, grounded, powerful, rooted strength of self-love. You are going to look different than any other man, or any other woman that has crossed this path. All right, you guys, sign up. Self-Love to Soulmate Masterclass. Class starts October 12th. Enrollment closes October 11th at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Not Eastern, Mountain Standard Time. I am Mountain Time in Arizona. Our time never changes. Okay? Much love, everyone. Can't wait to see you in group. The link will be in the show notes. Okay. Love you guys.